Our daughter Janie has graced many with her big eyes, sweet smile, and heart of gold. Hopefully, her story will empower you to assist her in a quest creating awareness in skin health. We're proud of her courageous spirit and attitude while battling this life-changing disease. Many are afflicted, which interrupts their ordinary course. They often fail to seek the positives. Janie's recovery was enhanced by her remaining positive on the path to a road less traveled. Attitude is 90%, hers is positive. If you know her, she's been touched by an angel with wings at her feet and a smile on her face. Our fears of the unknown upon Janie's diagnosis cause us to ask those many unanswered questions of why her, why this, why now? We now know she was destined to be strengthened and gain character to help her mature in her unusual and unexpected for the task of becoming an accredited messenger for the health and well-being of strangers, family, and friends alike. Empowered by the thought of the future cure of this and many other catastrophic diseases, she and others remain strong. Cancer changes lives. Hers and many other lives have taken a path of change. Let us not forget the present and take time to stop and smell the roses. Wishing all of you peace, health, and happiness today and beyond. In honor of survivor Janie Helland, along with those passing before us, please join me tonight in welcoming cancer survivor Janie Helland. So, well, you did the welcome, awesome. A well-disciplined, talented, and gifted young student whom excels academically, athletically, and artistically. She's received the gift of survival and will join you all in making the luminary path tonight a road well traveled.
Thanks, Dad. That was awesome. Well, as my dad said, I am a cancer survivor, and it's crazy to hear those words come out of my mouth still, actually. My dad is a survivor too, as you heard, a 3-time survivor actually, which is insane. After being through cancer now, I don't know how he's done it, but he was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma when he was my age, so 22. He then again had basal cell carcinoma, which is skin cancer on his face, when I was 10, and then again when I was 15 on his back. So I mean, he's been through a lot, and our family has been too, so I think we've definitely become a lot stronger together through all of this. So the moral to all of this, something that my family and I were reminded is today is a gift, and you never know what tomorrow will bring or if it will even come. So this kind of goes along with our relay theme today. You know, let's live in the present. Today is a gift. Let's celebrate birthdays. So it's like the saying, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is God's gift. So that's why we call it the present. And so to talk a little bit about the past now, and why I'm up here talking to you, about a year ago, I noticed a small bump on the back of my thigh, so my right leg right here, under my track spandex. And I didn't know what it was. I asked my roommate, and she's like, oh, it looks like a zit. I'm like, I think so too. What a weird spot for a zit. Like, gross. Just kind of weird. I was like, whatever. And after a while, though, it didn't go away, so I thought that was kind of weird, and I was actually getting kind of self-conscious about it, because, you know, you wear track spandex a lot when you run track, so it's like, oh, people are staring at it probably. This is kind of funny. At my annual exam, when you're over 18 and you're a woman, you should probably go to the gynecologist. So I was there at my annual exam, and when I was about to leave, she's like, oh, do you have any other questions or any concerns? I'm like, yeah, what's this on my butt? Just like, bare butt in your face, like, what's this spot on my leg? So that was kind of interesting, but anyway, she's like, oh, nothing, just a lesion, nothing to worry about. I would just not shave by it because it could spread. So I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, but whatever, so I didn't worry about it, you know? So anyways, she was like, but if you want, we can schedule an appointment with the dermatologist if you want it removed. I was like, yeah, this thing is gross, let's get it off. So, and honestly, that's how I was. So I scheduled my appointment, and it takes a while to get into the dermatologist. So when I finally got in, he looked at my other moles, because I have a ton, and I've always just kind of been worried about them. So he looked at those, checked out my leg, and removed the spot. And he's like, no big deal, we'll send it in standard procedure anytime we remove something. So there again, I didn't think anything of it. A few weeks later, after that, track was done, school was done, summer was starting, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna have the best summer ever. I got an internship in Alabama, so I went to Alabama. I'm like, oh, I get to lay by the pool all the time, I get to be in Alabama, I'm an hour from the ocean. I have the best summer ever. I was really excited. Until 9 days after I'm in Alabama, I get a phone call, and it was my doctor, and so he's like, oh, Jamie, we finally got your biopsy back, and it's cancerous. So a long pause, I'm like, okay. It's like, how bad is it? It's melanoma, and that's all I really remember from that conversation. We talked for a while, but I don't know what he said. Like, my mind was somewhere else. I don't know, it was just complete shock. You know, you're always like, oh, you hear about cancer all the time, but there again, it's like the typical, like, oh, it's not gonna be me. But I don't know, I think the hardest part about that too is that I was in Alabama, and I was so far from family and friends. And I had no one to like lean on and cry to, like I was just all by myself, and I think that was the hardest part. And so when I called my family and friends, that's when I think it really hit me, and I got really upset and I just broke down. It's like, I can't believe this, like, this is insane. I was supposed to have this amazing summer, and now I have cancer. And actually, I couldn't say the word for a while even, because it was just such a shock. So after a lot of debate of whether I should get treatment there in Alabama, I was stubborn. I was trying to stay for my internship or whatever. I ended up flying back to Minnesota to go to Mayo Clinic, and they were really quick about getting me in, which I really appreciated. I mean, when you have melanoma and it's that severe, they're going to get you in right away because they don't know if it's spread or what stage it's at. So they got me in quick. And one day I had a chest x-ray, blood draw, full body exam, and a pre-operation exam. And after that, the next day they got me in for surgery. So at that point, I still was really scared and shocked. I didn't really know what was going on, and I was really confused. And I don't know, I was like, oh, they're getting me in the next day, like this must be bad, you know, like I don't know how bad it is. But anyways, I went for surgery the next day, and they cut out the spot on my leg, so now like, the spot was small. I wish I could like show you a picture, but now like my scar is pretty big size. I mean, they had to take a lot and pretty deep. So it's a good size scar on my leg now. And they also took 3 lymph nodes from the groin area, so right here, and that was to see if it had spread. So after the surgery, they brought me back to the hospital, into the bed or whatever, and I got really, really sick. Like, I was there really late because I kept throwing up from the medicine and everything, so I didn't get to go home till the next day. But then I had a whole week to just wait and wonder, did the melanoma spread? Am I cancer-free? Am I not? I think at that point I just tried to stay positive, but when all you can do is lay on the couch and watch TV because you had surgery, I think it was hard for me to not sit there and wonder, like, am I going to miss my senior year? Am I going to be able to play volleyball? Am I going to lose my hair? Will I have chemo? Like, I had no idea what was going on. And that was part of the scariest part, just wondering. But thank goodness I went in a week later to Mayo Clinic, and they told me that they got everything. So I was really thankful for that. best news you can hear when you have cancer is that it's gone. So I am cancer-free now. This year's been a struggle, obviously, but also a blessing. I mean, it's definitely shown me the positivity in life and just being happy that we're here. I mean, I was 21 when I was diagnosed. That was supposed to be the best year ever, you know, you're 21, but instead I got cancer. So, I mean, stuff happens. You just gotta take it as it comes, I guess. And now, every 3 months I've had to go back to Mayo to get a full body exam, which is like a full body exam. So, needless to say, my doctor and I have got to know each other pretty well. But after this summer, I'll graduate to like every 6 months, so then I'll only have to go twice a year, and after that I'll just go for a year the rest of my life. But that's fine, because I honestly think that we all should go once a year, because especially with like the ozone layer thinning and the prevalence of skin cancer, it's going to keep getting higher and higher. And honestly, I'm just like sad to tell you this, but they predict that skin cancer will surpass lung cancer. And lung cancer is one of the top causes of death and one of the top cancers right now. So it's sad to think that, I mean, it's not going to get any better. So I just want to like plug dermatology a little bit. You know, go once a year. If you have any spots that you're worried about, or new moles, or changing moles, or anything that you just think is dumb, I mean, go get checked out. It's better safe than sorry. Like me, I wonder if my gynecologist would have asked me, you know, is there anything else? Who knows? I probably would have just walked around with that gross thing on my leg. I don't know, but you just never know what can happen. And you guys may be wondering, you know, like, why did they tell you why you got it? Or, you know, did you tan a lot? Because I know, like, I get that question a lot. It's pretty common with skin cancer. And honestly, I did tan, but not more than the average high schooler in my high school anyways. So, but who knows? I mean, that didn't help, definitely. But also, that's not the main reason for skin cancer either. I mean, it definitely helps tanning and tanning beds, but also it's like genetics and skin color, and I have light hair, light eyes, tons of moles. Like if you have 50, that's already a risk factor. If you have light eyes, already a risk factor. Red hair, blonde hair, risk factor. So like, right there I have 3, plus genetics, and I tanned, so I don't know. I've talked to a high schooler before once. We were talking about risk factors, and when I got done, he's like, well, no wonder you got it. You had like 9 risk factors. I'm like, good point. They're just really blunt in high school, I guess, but it's pretty funny. But anyways, I don't know, just to wrap it up, like I said, I mean, if you have anything that you're worried about, go get it checked out. I mean, do it for me. Cancer survivor, it's scary. But thanks for listening, and I do want to thank my family and friends for being there for me and for everything. It's definitely helped me get it through it positively, and I couldn't have done it without them. And remember, like, today is a gift, so let's be happy and wear your sunscreen. So.